Hey friends, today we're talking about something I get asked all the time. Lindsay, I love your heavy cardstock printer video, but those printers are pricey. Where are the budget-friendly options? So as usual, I went down the rabbit hole and did the research for you so you don't have to. I wanted to find a few printers that might work for 110-pound cardstock. And just to set the stage, I'm talking about the thick Michaels cardstock that refuses to go through a regular printer, no matter how hard you beg. Most printers just aren't built for that thickness, which is why it jams or doesn't pull through at all. So let's get into it. The first printer is the Canon Pixma TR8620A. This one is usually around $150. It can actually handle 110-pound cardstock according to the manufacturer, but only if you use the rear tray. The rear feed is designed for thicker materials, so the paper doesn't have to bend as much, which means fewer jams and smoother print. Now, Canon doesn't guarantee that 110-pound cardstock will work perfectly, but it does support thicker photo paper up to around 300 GSM, which is pretty impressive for the price point. From a crafter's perspective, I love that it's compact. It has great color quality for printable wall art or planner pages. It's super easy to print from your iPad or your laptop wirelessly. The downside is that the ink isn't the cheapest and the front tray won't handle heavy cardstock, so you'll be using that rear tray pretty much every time. The next one is the Canon Pixma TS9521C. That is a mouthful. This one is technically a little over $200, but it goes on sale often, so depending upon when you're watching this, you might snag it under budget. This is the printer that Canon markets as the crafter's printer, which I always think is interesting, but it's kind of accurate. It can handle heavier media through the rear tray again, but 110-pound cardstock is right at the edge of what it says it can handle. According to reviews, some people have zero issues and others get jams. So your results may vary. But the cool thing about this printer is that it prints 12 by 12 scrapbook paper and it can print 11 by 17, which is amazing if you do planners, maybe wall art, or larger templates. The color quality is great too. This one is definitely giving you more flexibility. But again, ink isn't the cheapest and heavy cardstock can be a hit or miss depending on the brand that you use. And then there is the Epson EcoTank ET2400, which is usually around about 180. Now, Epson officially says that this printer cannot handle 110-pound cardstock. They say that the thickest paper that it can handle is up to 79 pounds. But here's the thing, real users say that they can print up to 110-pound cardstock in the reviews. So officially the answer is no, but unofficially a lot of people are doing it anyway. The biggest selling point here is the EcoTank system. If you print a lot of printables, the fact that the ink lasts forever and costs basically pennies to refill is kind of a huge advantage. The rear tray helps a little with thicker media, but because it's not technically built for cardstock this heavy, you may see roller marks or occasional jams. Here's the honest truth. If you only print heavy cardstock once in a while, like random craft projects, kids' school stuff, a planner divider here and there, these printers might work perfectly for you. But if you're someone who prints cardstock all the time, maybe you're doing this for business, these budget printers are probably not going to give you that reliable result you're looking for. In that case, you're better off spending a little more to make sure your printer doesn't consistently jam. If so, you can check out my other video on heavy cardstock printers that are probably better suited for your projects. If you decide to buy one, make sure it has a good return policy and make sure to update us in the comments if you do purchase to let us know how it worked out. I hope this helps you feel a little more confident in navigating the whole cardstock printer situation because I know it can be very frustrating. I'll see you in the next video.